Radiant team ban. Newbee's turn to ban. Radiant team ban.
It's gonna get banned.
Will it?
We'll see.
We're going to have the draft coming up here momentarily, folks. We're tied up 1-1. Mott.
10 seconds remaining.
This is where it gets exciting.
Oh, yeah. I'm into it. I've been excited the entire series. And it's so far lived up to the expectations that we had for it originally. And I can't wait to see. It is just a straight best of 3. So at most 3 more games. 2 more at least. We'll see who comes out on top.
Turn to ban.
It is. So that's indeed how it works. In case anybody didn't know.
Radiant team pick.
Well, if they watched the new What the Duck, they would understand.
Well, we haven't uploaded the VOD yet, so don't plug it too hard. Damn it, Jim. All right, well, the Wisp has been banned. Draskell pretty much called it. Wisp Treant, the bans from Newbee, and it's going to be Sand King Bat Rider. Similar flavor to what we saw them ban out in the first 2 games. It was Sand King Nyx Assassin, banned out by NP in the first 2. So, no surprise. AUI Ench, first pick.
Yeah.
There we blow.
So wait, is Suns fan a Ench fan? Is that your jam? Oh. You misled me. I was like excited for you because I thought you only really like Centaur.
5 seconds remaining.
That's close enough.
She is a Dryad.
Yeah. Thank you.
It is.
She's the Dryad model from Warcraft 3. So.
It is an elf female top with a goat's bottom,
as they say in Warcraft 3.
Burst damage. CM. Magical burst damage.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
I think
remaining.
Lena is actually not that bad. She has enough attack speed that you can sort of auto attack her, and she just has so much burst damage that it's hard for the Ench to survive through.
It really depends on what you consider like a hard counter. So there are a few ways, right? You can hard counter her lane phase, which is picking stuff like Witch Doctor and CM, which you've already mentioned. There's any Silver Edge carrier, so stuff like later on Troll Warlord, Slark, for example. You can get honored, like you can't get away. And then there's like the magical burst damage, like Zyra was saying. So there's really a lot of ways to deal with it. It's just the Enchantress player is what makes the hero good, right? So if you have a very good Enchantress player like Ake or AUI or whatever, then you can run the hero even into counters, and it will still be able to do at least something, right? But yeah, it really depends on what direction Newbee want to take. But they obviously came prepared for this, kind of figured this would be like the first 2 bans from them after the game number 2. So they're obviously okay playing into it.
Okie dokie. Newbee thinking hard about their second choice, but
team pick.
Yeah, absolutely. And it pairs really well with the Crystal Maiden, as we've seen. So now you've got ways to slow her down. You can do all that magic damage from the Jug Spin. Whoa! It's revolutionary.
10 seconds
Unbelievable.
Legion
it is revolutionary, Mont.
Next, you're going to say Vano and Jug.
Here we go. It's the Legion Commander. 2 beautiful women here for Nature's Prophet, Team NP.
What are you talking?
I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on the whole Jug countering Enchantress thing. So here's how I see it.
Isn't he a Silver Edge character? Carrier, rather?
He can be, yeah. He can be. So if you get on top of the Enchantress, then you're in good shape. But what if you're just spinning in the middle of a team fight and you can't get to the Enchantress and you're just eating Impetus? And Enchantress is also tied for the fastest hero in the game. Whereas Jug kind of needs to build into speed items to really be that fast. His base movement speed's nowhere near as good. So if you have the ways to lock the Ench down, the Juggernaut can be good. But at the same time, your normal defensive utility and spin can be really bad against Enchantress in some situations. So they're good against each other, I would say.
All right.
Fair enough.
I'm into it. Hey, there's the Bristle Band. Oh, sorry. What are you gonna do?
Newbee's turn to ban.
Was it spoilers? It might have been.
I don't know. I'm only watching the in-game. I'm not watching the feed.
Ursa has been banned as well.
Hey.
Riveting. Another hero that is pretty good against Enchantress, though.
I think it's been
10
banned all 3
seconds
games in the second
remaining.
phase, though.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting.
Radiant team ban.
And now the Ember Spirit, one of the signature heroes of NP.
I guess the mid or slash the Ursa in general for newbies is really strong, isn't it?
It's one of E9's better heroes, I would say, right? But he already has Jug, so maybe they think it's possible that it would just be mid Jug, depending on the hero matchup.
Didn't they play the Ursa for SCCSC as well? I mean, that's
well, yeah, that's true. They can definitely interchange it. It's not like set in stone, you know, who's going to play what hero.
Yeah.
But I think it's something that enables Roshan very easily, and I think it's actually very good against Legion and Enchantress both, honestly, Ursa. As long as you're like quick on your feet with the enrage and whatnot.
Oh, you know what we're gonna see?
Newbee's
A
turn
drow
to
strat
pick.
from NP. No, probably not, but
Possibly, but why do you say
Drow
that?
I don't know.
strat's super good against Jug. It's like super good against Jug.
I was
So here-
that's the reasoning I was thinking for, but like, are they really gonna pick it here in game 3?
10
I don't know.
seconds
What's wrong
remaining.
with
I don't know.
you say that like game 3? Oh
that's,
my!
that's the big one.
No
no
That's-
one's ever
No,
picked
no,
Drow in
it's
game
the turning
3.
point. When you're tied 1-1, it's the turning point, man. You go down a game and then you potentially
This
lose
is the
another one.
perfect time to play Drow, dude. It's all you just squared it up. You turned a bagel into a breadstick.
Guys, I'm really tired. I hate to tell you.
Let's blast them down with a Drow Ranger.
I do think that Drow would be good here for NP, but I don't think they'll run it.
They can still adapt their draft to it though, because they have the one like frontline hero. They already have another hero on their team that can create some kind of chaos in the Enchantress, so they do have the makings of what could potentially be a Drow strat. But you have to see like at least a third hero. So like that's a
Yes.
deterrent from going Drow
Yeah.
right there.
Flock's not great against the Drow strat, or rather is great against the Drow strat, I should say. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. How depressing.
Well, it's a clockwork.
I was real excited for that Drow strat to come out, even though
It
definitely not
could
gonna
still
come out.
happen though. That's the
10
thing.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I like
think
Rubik
so.
a lot actually in
I think
this
Rubik's
this
fine.
game. Good against clock, some
Reserve
good spells to
time.
steal. You have an Ench, so you have some other hero that can kind of create space because Rubik's not really the best laning hero. I'm in it. I'm digging it.
Maybe it'll get grabbed here for NP. They have a minute and a half left in reserve time. Couple of annoying heroes that were in the last couple of games taken out, of course. The IO we talked about already, the Ember Spirit. Newbee will take out. The Night Stalker is something that we saw yesterday a lot, but not anything today. So just more bans kind of targeted, I suppose. And there it is. Good call, guys.
Nailed it.
Newbee's
Fucking
turn
Oh,
to
wait.
pick.
one
that's
for one.
spoiled. Oh, it's a little spoiled, but
Oh god damn it, Ma. You made me spoil by spoiling because I don't have the thing open. You can't spoil because then I
Andy,
think
will
it's
take
okay.
fault. That was my fault. It wasn't your fault. You didn't spoil at all. I was the only spoiler
10
there. Okay, how's
seconds
that make you
remaining.
feel? Damn it. Bagels.
5 seconds remaining.
Rubik's very good against clockwork.
God.
For who, Newbee?
Reserve time.
Nah, I think SF is tough to play here. I mean, maybe? I don't know. You can do the cog thing, which would make it worth it, I guess. But Ench is very good against Shadow Fiend, and it is crazy easy to steal Requiem. And Legion also crushes Shadow Fiend. So I'm thinking
Negative Ghost Rider.
it's tough. If you can get a really big lane advantage from using the clockwork, then maybe. Okay, they're gonna go for the
Radiant
Magnus.
team
I like it.
Man.
Yeah, great spoiler, Andy. Thanks.
What is that in game?
You spoiled it, buddy. That was you. You barely spoiled it.
Oh.
It was.
Whatever.
You spoiled it barely.
Guys,
You're
this is a
fine.
great pick.
10 seconds remaining.
It makes Jug amazing. He can farm. He does a lot of damage. I like it.
5
Yeah, I'm into it
seconds
too. It's
remaining.
kind of weird because we used to see it all the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We used to see it all the
Reserve
time, but
time.
now like it's never really picked anymore, and I'm kind of curious as to where it's gonna go.
I think
Mid
it's off
is-
lane.
Yeah, I don't think it's
position
gonna be
3.
mid. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it usually is played off lane now.
Then
We
he-
used to see it before the nerfs, played by
Yeah.
Sumail mid, but never really again.
And he
after
buys
those
Iron
nerfs.
Talon and farms it up and does all that good stuff. I think they're going to be looking for a mid last, and it will be Newbee that have the final pick, so they can react here.
Newbee's
Queen of
turn to
Pain.
bat.
I don't know. this
Fuck,
could be
I
s-
spoiled it.
This could be.
That's going to be the last pick for NP.
We all suck.
We're
We're
terrible.
all fired.
We're garbage. We're so bad at this.
But Queen of Pain, very strong mid laner. But guys, I have the pick here. Are
10
you ready?
seconds remaining.
It's Silencer for Newbee. The core Silencer mid.
I mean, did they play? Have they ever played that before?
I don't know,
us,
but it is the pick here.
Oh, they banned out Drow. No,
Radiant
I thought it would have been
team
perfect there. Ah, that's smart. Good stuff from Newbee.
Yes.
Not completely awful, to be honest. Mainly because Global Silence stops Enchantress damage. That's the big thing about like these
10
orbing heroes, so like OD and
remaining.
Ench. Any silence shuts them down in damage. You can use it when the Legion
5
duels. It
seconds
makes it really hard for them
remaining.
to follow up. It's not bad.
It's
The only
amazing.
problem with Silencer mid is that he is so gankable. And there's an Enchantress and a Rubik. I think he would get killed
Destroyed.
a lot if you were to pick that.
Yeah, maybe.
Radiant team pick.
I really think it will be. Puck now, final ban from NP. Covers their bases.
10
And it
seconds
could be
remaining.
Magnus, Puck, offlane mid. They're kind of interchangeable
Mirana.
in some ways.
Oh, don't spoil it.
Newbee's turn to pick.
No one talk
Boom.
about the hero
All right,
that
now
was
you can
picked.
say something. Now you can talk about it.
It's Mirana.
It's pretty cool. I'm into it. It's an old standby NP hero.
Bottom, baby.
It's Envy Mirana, right?
I
Yeah, I
guess
think so.
so. I
10
think it has to
seconds
be.
Remaining.
Unless they do some weird shenanigans that we're not expecting. That's
5
nuts, man.
seconds remaining.
Okay. I mean, we don't see this
I
hero
mean,
too often anymore.
A lot of setup, well,
It's-
decent setup for it.
It's very good
Reserve
against
time.
just the general lineup of Newbie because it's a hero with the built-in
10
escape.
seconds
It
remaining.
can split push, which NP love to do, and it does carry items relatively well.
Okay.
Okay, Dragon Knight, last pick for Newbee. Not the hero I was thinking, but I like it. Empower. Thoughts here?
Yes. I'm actually going to join Sunspan camp and just say NP. Although I will say that this game is very predicated upon how well Aoi does. If he's getting crushed, I think that they
10
will lose. If
seconds
he's
remaining.
owning, I think they will win.
Okay, a fair assessment.
5
I'm going to go in the
seconds
Newbee
remaining.
camp also. I like that they've got somebody now that can help seal the deal with objectives, and if they just win a couple of those mid-game fights, Empower should help them overpower NP.
Wow.
I know, that was beautiful. Mott, this is you, man. This is game 3. Let's see it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We are here into Game 3 of the Grand Finals in a best-of-5 series. It has turned into a best-of-3, as Sunsfan alluded so perfectly earlier. We are going to jump into the game in just a moment. Some interesting picks, to be sure, coming out. We don't see too much of Magnus anymore on the offlane, and you could definitely say the same for Mirana, especially at that safe lane role for Eternal Envy. So some interesting picks here, Drasco, as we jump into the game.
I'm really a big fan of the Ench, more so because of what Newbie have picked into it, right? So you have this Jug, you can chunk down with Impetus, same thing with DK. DK is never going to have that really long reach, so Newbie are heavily reliant upon the Clockwork and the Magnus getting into the back and just causing some chaos, you know, get a hook shot, get an RP. But it's really hard to play Magnus against their team. So KP is going to have to be super careful about how he uses his RPs in team fights. And I think just that fact alone means that, again, if AUI has a good start, he's going to go into the game, he's going to get, you know, eventually Hurricane Pike and what have you, and just start annihilating people. And there is not really a lot that they can do about it.
I'm excited for it, man. We get to see AUI's Enchantress every so often, and it's usually a special treat. People are banning it out for a reason. They banned out the Pilai Io, which has got to feel good for him, and then, of course, the Treant Protector for AUI. So a couple of those supports banned out, and you have to kind of pick and choose what you want to play up against. And if you're a Newbie, it sounds like they want to play up against the Enchantress. We'll see how that's going to go. The way it's laning, though, again, KP is going to be in that off lane. He will probably skill up Skewer if he needs to here. MSS is going to go and do some auto attacks, but again, looks like they don't have the lockdown, so he won't even need to skill that up. He goes for the Poor Man's Shield, by the way. Magnus, okay at farming jungle camps, especially when it gets to, like, the Iron Talon, the Quelling Blade. Something to keep in mind, I suppose, for KP.
This is one of those games that's going to be... I don't even know. So Newbee have this, I guess, support clockwork and a CM, right? So the CM was picked for obvious reasons. They take the CM just to counter the AUI Enchantress, but what if they just farm? Then you just have this like clockwork running around and that happens, right? You just get lifted and you get
They got the
away.
rune though. Oh, battery soul, look at all that damage. Doing nothing. Kaka's gonna get turned on instead. Overwhelming odds gives the move speed boost to MSS, but I don't think they'll find any further damage here against these three heroes. But you're right, though. AUI could kind of just roam out jungle, and then you have a Kaka. Hold that thought. Mugi just... They're trying to, I think, bait out the Blade Fury from Mugi, but they weren't able to do so. Either way, that's fine. Interesting lane bottom.
Don't think I've seen this one before. It should be enough to pressure MSS, though. But with... Honestly, with these lanes, I think they might just rotate NB bottom. Because if NB's bottom, there's not really a whole lot of kill opportunity. And MSS will do more than okay in a 1v1 against Mag. I honestly think that MSS would do better than NB can in a 1v1 because Poor Man's Shield is OP.
It's pretty good. Pretty solid if they want to go that route. And yeah, you saw actually, it was funny, KP came bottom, dropped I think a ward, and then it was like, okay, well there's everybody down here, I better rotate top. And musical lanes occurred, so Newbee has brought down their aggressive try line down bottom. This is kind of what we were talking about though, AUI 2000 is just in the jungle, and now you have a roaming clockwork for Kaka, not really going to be able to find anything too important. They also rotate up top, Pile Die, KP might get telekinesis, but is the arrow enough damage? He's level 2, but he does have the leap instead of the Starstorm, so not enough damage to secure the skills. KP gets underneath the tower. Pretty tanky, especially with the Poor Man's Shield, so good attempts, but no such luck there for NP.
At the very least, they're able to apply some pressure. It'll secure Envy some farm. And, you know, the other cool thing you can do with Poor Mirana is just arrow the jungle creeps, right? Find a big creep, arrow it, get that bonus golden EXP. It's very little commitment that you have to do for that as well, so it's not like you're losing out on the laning phase.
Already putting pressure though in this top lane, could be pretty solid. Mid lane is this matchup we haven't really talked about. Bot to Queen of Pain against SCCC on the DK. A Poor Man's Shield and eventually some levels in Dragon Blood. Be pretty good.
This matchup is pretty even, to be honest. Because of the uptime on Breathe Fire, it lasts 11 seconds, so once you get it to level 4, it has pretty much a 100% uptime. And like you mentioned with Dragon's Blood, you just can't be harassed. Even with things like Dagger, you eventually get to your bottle. It's just, he's infinite. You need some kind of magical burst or like gear damage or whatever to kill Dragon Knight at a mid-game stage or even in a laning phase. Super tanky hero.
So I mean, I imagine it's kind of interesting. You have a DK, but not much else not much push coming out from Newbee other than the DK. And so maybe they jug a little bit later on. KP top lane, Fade Bolt, not enough damage, 38 HP. He is out of regen though, which means he's gonna have to either travel back home or suicide. Looks like it's gonna be the latter, as he is gonna buy out. See you later. However, he's dead for 26 seconds, by the way. So I guess
I think it's still technically
it's
faster.
still, yeah, I think people have done the math. It's not. You don't want to do either, to be fair, but you have to in this situation.
I haven't actually sat there in a lobby and traced how long it would take to
You
walk back to
haven't
base.
done the math, Andy?
I have not done the math. I try not to die, actually, in my Dota games.
Yeah, I thought you were a better person than that.
No, I feed all the time. You kidding me? I'm awful at this game. I'm literally just poop. But yeah.
Believe in yourself.
Under attack.
Good laning phase so far. The Queen is pulling a little bit ahead of the DK at the moment, and unfortunately, you know, Newbee, they haven't really been able to find a whole heck of a lot with their supports, but Faith is still getting some levels. He's just going for the aggressive jungle since he knows that, you know, AUI is kind of walking around the bottom lane, and there's a pretty low chance that a solo Ruthic is really going to be able to do much.
Right. Kaka and Faith just roaming. It's great. It's great. AUI 2000 finds himself a nice little regen rune. He might keep... never mind. Courier. Oh, ensnared up. Oh, AUI sick. Ensnared from the Dark Troll Summoner. He saw it, ensnared it instantly. Oh, the AUI 2000 Enchantress strikes again. You have a couple of heroes now chasing him down between Kaka and Faith. He even gets the bounty rune. He's going to head all the way to the north. He has a TP scroll if need be as well. Pretty nice stuff there from AUI 2000.
How's that balance? How can you just throw a net at a courier like that?
Because it's like one of the few heroes that can, because he has the creep. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's the only reason I can.
Pretty good snipe though, because it means that the DK is not going to be able to do any bottle crowing. And because Queen is obviously going to have a rune control advantage over a DK because of Blink, and I guess both teams have vision of the runes, but they know probably that AUI is in their jungle now, and that's going to mean that, you know, KP could potentially be in trouble. Could try to harass SCCC, but that seems like kind of a waste of time, I guess, considering Fata's already winning his lane anyway.
Right. Yeah. This is, looks like the rotation is going to come. AUI is walking up, and they're going to try to find maybe a lift into an arrow. Pilot Eye trying to set himself up. But KP's backing. However, they will have the ensnare ready. The shockwave will come first. Now the ensnare to fly through the arrow. He actually enchanted the siege creep. It does a lot of damage. The body blocks. AUI 2000. No way. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. The enchant of the siege creep. Oh, God. He's so good. He's so good. Actually ridiculous.
That was insane. Bottom lane 2, Kaka behind enemy lines here. They're going for a dive onto MSS.
I believe MSS is in some trouble. Blade Fury, he does have a salve, but Prestige attack is going to be enough. It's the Frostbite that gets the kill. They will get an offlaner each. The trade comes through. However, the Tier 1 tower is already dead in the top lane at 6 minutes in. Nuts.
Well, they had a double siege creep. The timing of that was so perfect because the siege creep was spawning. He happens to get the first blood on KP, and you know, even barring the insane micro it took to do that, getting the tower anyway would have been enough, right? But he gets the kill and the tower.
Right.
Oh boy, it's looking like a not so great early game here for Newbee.
Dude, we were wondering, what do you ban? Is it the IO? Is it the Treant Protector? I almost feel like the Treant Protector would have been better to leave in, considering how this Enchantress is played for AUI 2000. But again, I mean, you know, hindsight's 2020 kind of thing. And it's only the early game. It's 6.5 minutes in. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
It's like a pick your poison situation. It's like, do we want potentially our laning phase to be completely awful because then we can have Enchantress? Or do we want the hero that's going to enable NP to play their split push style and make it a lot harder for us to punish it, which is what the tree offers. And also the tower longevity as well. I think that hero plays into their style probably better than anything other than maybe Wisp. So I do kind of agree with the fans of Newbee, but yeah, this is still devastating performance here from AUI.
Now he's going to head to mid lane with his siege creep still in tow. Good old Cardi. Did get the breathe fire on him, so it does take a little bit of damage reduction. In the meantime, Envy is about to be ganked top lane, the flare to come through. However, gonna get off the ultimate from Envy. It's just gonna walk out. However, there's another hero coming in. It is going to be Fata. Screaming Pain to come through. Sonic Wave is available, and KP is going to skewer him away. But jumping in is Envy. Shockwave to come through. Sonic Wave not needed. They can even perhaps go for another if they wanted to try to find Kaka. Meanwhile, bottom lane, MSS starting to put a lot of pressure on Mugi here. So, again, man, we talked about it, and you just mentioned it too. These lanes are starting to go pretty disastrously for Newbee. I mean, it's a 2.5k net worth advantage with 8 minutes, and Kaka might be dead too. Starstorm, they use the Shadow Strike. Sonic Wave, again, still available, won't be needed. Last auto attack, he almost gets the bounty rune. That's even more depressing, is that he doesn't get it. And Fata blinks right in front of him and takes it from his cold, dead body. The Frostbite comes in from Pylai Die, looking to try to get away from SCCC, and that'll be the case. MSS in the tree lines, and now they really want to take this opposing Tier 1 tower down bottom after losing theirs top. And we'll see if there's going to be any contention here from MP to try to push them off this tower.
I think if AUI was 6, maybe they would be able to defend us a little bit more, but okay. Might do it anyway. I mean, Pi not having any mana makes this really tough. You can't fade bolt out the creeps or anything like that again.
They might be able to go for deny. However, here comes the wraparound from Kaka, who has an Indus rune. Frostbite, AUI in some trouble. Here comes the Cog. The battery is bolt as well. Try to eat his way out. Omni Slash can come through the Blade Fury. They use a lot to get that kill, but they do secure it. Nicely done from Newbee. Excellent work, and they will get the Tier 1 tower on top of it all.
Dire's middle tower is under
a counter
attack.
Pressure being applied mid, though.
Dire's structures
Fata kind of whittling away at the Tier 1. So
again,
they do commit like all of their heroes. They Dragon Farm for that. They committed the Omni as well, just to get the kill on the Ench.
That's what we talked about. Even when you're pressuring elsewhere for Newbee, you're still finding good farm for heroes like Envy and Fata. And they might even take this Tier 1 tower. Breeze Fire to come through, but Siege Creep along with Fata getting the last hit on the tower, and now working on his Orchid Malevolence, already up to 1,700, so he's got more than enough that first quarterstaff. bait if you want to. Top net worth is going to be Fata.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy strong game for an Orchid, too. It's great against Jug. He's not going to be anywhere close to getting a Manta style anytime soon. There's going to be, honestly, a 10-minute window to where that Orchid's going to be able to kill pretty much anybody on the side of Newbee. I guess DK being the hardest target. So yeah, this is it's kind of a clinic, really. Mostly being put on by AUI and his Enchantress performance and just being able to influence the lanes so much.
Triple C getting Shadow Struck, however. Moonlight Shadow not really turning into a kill. Defensive illusions to the high ground, and those will get cleared out. So I think there might have been a ward that spotted this Moonlight Shadow, the one over here in lane. It was spotted. All right, so yeah, I mean, pretty good start for NP. But do they keep the pressure applied? I mean, obviously you don't quite have that blink for MSS. In fact, he's getting pretty good farm, but he's not quite there yet if he wants to go for it. He can also head into a different direction. So do you wait for that blink dagger? Do you wait for that Orc Malevolence? Or do you just try to keep the pressure on if you're NP?
I don't think there's any reason to really play it safe because all of their cores are pretty durable and or mobile. So MSS is a Legion commander, you know, 1100 HP, he's got the heal. And then Envy can leap away, the Queen can blink away. They're just picking these hero combinations where one of the supports is able to influence the lanes very heavily. Like last game it was Wisp, this game it's the Enchantress. And then cores that just have a really hard time dying.
Arrow, top lane, misses. However, the Impetus hits doing a lot of work in the KP, but Envy is very close to that tower cross. But she comes through the shockwave, won't be in time. He's going to go ahead and bottle up, and the Nature's intends to fly through as well. Kaka does not have his level 6, unfortunately, so Hookshot is not available. And, KP will keep himself alive in the meantime. Fata, Stream of Pain mid, Dragon Tail fly out. Breathe Fire is there, but Fata is still very tanky, and he's just going to blink himself away and be fine. But, ooh. Nice lift from Highlight Eye.
I suppose at this point in the game for Newbee, the things they really want, obviously, blink on KP, that's definitely up there on the list. They want Kaka to hit level 6 so he can get hookshot, and then they can start forcing the fight, right? It's not like running into them and then NP running away and then maybe getting a counter kill. It's okay, well, I guess if you hook a catapult, you're not really going to force a fight, but you get the idea. It's like you want the abilities online to be able to get some pressure out on the map.
Man, this start doesn't seem very good. Oh yeah, that's cool. Sonic Wave. See you later. Dual victory for MSS. Speed creep even press the attack too. Wow. That's huge because Mugi was farming very well up until that point, and now MSS is that much closer to his blink dagger. He just walked up and dueled him. It was nice.
Sometimes you're just able to just get in without a blink dagger or anything and just get that damage. At the same time, I don't think he had vision, and it was, you know, obviously night on top of that. So he didn't realize what he was quite getting himself into in that situation.
Oh man, after game 1, MSS has really stepped his game up, and I think this game might not be any different. Game 1 was a bit rough for him, but this game's sort of turning things around here. They're going to make a wraparound attempt potentially on KP again. Envy looking for an arrow target. KP would be the ideal one at that. Observerwood will scout out, meanwhile, Mugi mid. They know that he's not bottom anymore, so they can go for an aggressive play onto KP. But
dude, they have like this surround on him right now. Problem is they don't have much information behind the tower. That's the main reason. They just want to defend mid.
They needed an arrowhead here, but I think they're just going to be able to back in time. Meanwhile, back down bottom, the TP coming through. KP will be able to make it away. They're turning in and looking for more damage on mid. SCCC is here. And now they'll rotate over with Fata, who had just used his TP, and I think he actually canceled it just so they could go on to KP in that bottom lane. Or he got RP'd or something. No, it wasn't that. Or skewered. No.
The entire time that this is happening mid, like they have 3 or 4 heroes sitting around like this mini concave trying to take the tier 1. Unsuccessful. And then AUI was just sitting top with a creep army, pressuring the tier 2. And they're going to send all their team up here. They even have the lane ward again.
They found him. Player was beautiful from Kaka, but they need a bit more. Nova and the Breathe Fire is there, so they find the kill. But again, more time for Fata and MSS to farm elsewhere. Okay.
Gonna find, oh, fresh blink dagger. See you later.
Yeah, I look away for half a second. They get that kill. I don't know, man. It feels like it's pretty bad for Newbee, but they are getting at least a kill or two. Matt, they blow away the Rubik as well, so they get both supports. I guess it's not that bad. It's only like a 2.2k net worth lead. It was just 3.4k, and that's how much it swings off of those couple kills.
It's pretty volatile in regards to how much you get for like killing heroes in the beginning of the game. So yeah, like anything I would even say below like 5k at this stage is not really super telling, because it usually takes some time for other heroes on the side of Newbee, for example, to get up their ultimates, and that's when you can start seeing some big potential. The concern is that the hero that's supposed to offer a lot of teamfight, like KP, there's going to be an Orchid done very soon on Fata. He's only like 200 gold away, and there's a Rubik. So whenever there's a Rubik in the game and you're playing Magnus, you need like another hero to be able to pressure the Rubik so you can get your ultimate off. And the only person who can really do that is Kaka. And I think that execution requirement makes it a lot more difficult for Newbee in the fight.
Right. That's not easy, man. I mean, Kaka is going to be... Who knows where he's going to be in the fight, where he's going to be situated. Hook shot. Phase 4 ending now. Claire will come through as he go for the step to the tier 2 tower, but he's not going to finish this off. SCCC has finished up the Blink Dagger. Meanwhile, Frostbite, there's the hook shot. They're going to find Rubik again. He even still Elder Dragon Form to use it to any advantage. So another kill coming in, and Newbee's starting to pressure these tier 2 towers in the mid lane, so sort of evening things back up a fair bit on this dire side.
Getting a lot out of the Dragon Form. That's one thing about DK that I think people underestimate. It's almost a 2-minute cooldown, which doesn't sound like a lot, but every time you pop it, you really want to try to get at least some damage on the tower, potentially even kill it if you can, you know, if you have the time. AUI could be spotted out here again. There are just wards all over this top lane.
Is he dead? It's like he might be. He's pretty fast, actually. When the Crystal Nova does hit, he is going to use the Nature's Attendants. Now heroes are coming in spades. Orchid onto Faith. He is dead. Clock will at least deny the tower bottom, but now SCCC getting chased down. Scream will go. They're looking for an arrow, perhaps. It's the Starstorm. Good Dragon Tail to come through, but SCCC might be in trouble. More blinking. Another Shadow Strike. They're going to get the duel off. Can they get this kill? He is very tanky. They've got Sonic Wave. They will pop it. They won't get the duel victory, but they will get the kill with that Fade Bolt. Arrow's going to sail through. Mugi will sidestep it. So too will Kaka. And now they'll probably lose this tier 2 tower top lane. So just like that, trying to find AY 2000, but instead they get turned on as a lot of heroes rotate up from NP.
This is a very dead tower. I don't think that Newbee sticking around here is like super dangerous. Okay, they're gonna go for it.
They might even defend this.
They're outnumbered. Like they don't have their DK.
Yeah, this is just 2 supports. This is dangerous. They have the arrow available. Actually, he's already shot it. Now, Flipshot coming in. The Omni Slash. The Cogs. The turnaround isn't going to be there. AUI 2000 is going to get dropped, and Envy is in so much trouble. Overwhelming odds. Along with that, of course, huge freezing field from Faith. Mugi gets the double kill. That's what they were trying to bait out, and it's perfectly done coming in from the Clockwork, and of course the Jug as well.
And check out this Ancient stack that SCCC's got going on. Ooh.
Hello.
It's going to get scouted out by a Rubik Flare. But, by the way, can we just talk about how good that hookshot cog combination was from Kaka?
Oh,
Jesus. That was so fight-winning, because if that didn't happen, they were screwed there.
He's owning the series, and he's going to find potentially Fata in this mid lane. However, he has already blinked away to the opposite side of the river. There is that Blink RP available for KP in power level 4. So again, these heroes are going to farm very quickly, both SCCC and Mugi. Okay, man. You know, it's still very even, and already Newbee are heading over towards Roche. They won't head inside the pit, though. They will head up and around into the enemy jungle, or rather their own jungle.
I'll take that as tribute.
Okay.
The Manta is going to be a little bit faster than anticipated on Mugi, which is great, because then he doesn't have to worry about, you know, Fata solo killing him or anything like that. So there it is. It's only like, I guess, 5-ish minutes where the Orchid was out on the field, and they were able to just get the kills. And this is kind of getting to the point where it's going to be about Empower on the Jug that matters the most. And see if, you know, Mugi goes for the Blink Dagger and just goes for like the team fight play with that item and just trying to get Omni off, or if he wants to go back for like the Diffusal Blade. I think the security of having a Blink Omni is really nice, especially when you have something like an RP on your team with the Empower. Because all it takes is like one good combo, right? We saw what happened when Kaka got those 2 heroes stuck together and how fast they just die. It can be the same thing in a lot of different fights. It's just about how the engagement kind of kicks off for either team.
See, I'm kind of curious about that Iron decision as well. He actually is really played. Well, at least for now. But, I don't know. We'll see. Tier 3 tower getting pressured by Fatsa, though. Moonlight Shadow to come in. Can they try to contest this? Roche is getting lower and lower. Flare to come through was stolen, I believe. From,
They're losing their tier 3, by the way, when this happens.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Uh-oh, KP getting orchided up. They're going to find the duel as well. This is a deep dive, but it's going to secure at least a kill, if not more. Mugi does have Aegis. MSS is trying to deal with this. In the meantime, still the damage is going. MSS will TP. Fatsa will blink. The tier 3 hook shot is there. Fatsa's got blink in 3. He needs to get out. He's going to get dropped down. The Omni Slash is there. They get the kill. Kaka is keeping this game even right now, man. Let me tell you. He's owning.
And the best chance to go for a kill is just to wait there, you know? And he just got the hook, like, straight on after the blink came out. Had the vision as well with the flare. So, yeah, he's... You know, from a support clock perspective, I would not say this is the best game to be a support clock, but he is definitely making it work.
I mean, he has had 2 Earth Spirit games to warm him up in the beginning of this series. A victory and a loss, and now he's got this clockwork going to work. And again, I mean, a lot of the space that's being created, a lot of the kills that they're getting and securing are coming from him. But we'll see if he can't transition into the later stages of this game. For now, it's going to be Halberd up for the DK. Smoke finally with his blink for KP. Can they find a blink RP or anything with it? They're going to move right into Envy, who's up on the high ground, though. No Moonlight Shadow for another 26 seconds. Okay, they're not going to see him. Just pass right away. This is pretty close. I thought maybe we were going to be able to find an angle there, but now they're going to head bottom instead and try to go for this tier 1, or excuse me, tier 2 tower. And,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, I guess it's just a little bit of farming for now. There's not really much split push going on from either team. It's just like both of them are occupying the opposite side of the map, more or less, and just waiting to see if maybe want to try to go for the tier 2 mid, because I think that's a tower that NP will likely want to defend, because mid is a very hard lane to push. And top at the same time doesn't even have a tier 2, so if AUI wants to stick up here and have MSS just sit behind him, kind of similar to what they were doing bottom when Newbee were doing Roshan, the same kind of play can work. And they almost got the tier 3 with that.
Yeah, and they were wishing they were at the bottom tier 3 instead. They're already forcing back tier 2, as you can see. It's right now just KP. Small, minimal amounts of damage done to the tier 3 tower, but again, forcing Newbee back is pretty important.
Are they going to backdoor the tier 3?
Is it protected?
If the creep wave goes in top, yeah, they can just kill. Oh my god. This is so annoying. My god.
Comes out though. MS has already TP'd away. Unless they unless they find this like sick hook shot, that would have been huge. But no, that's not good. AUI is trying to kill Faith. Frostbite freezing field is there. He'll try to force himself out. There's heal coming in. The Omni Slash Mantis Style comes through, secures the kill. Fox now turning around. RP, they can grab this kill onto Queen of Pain, and looks like they will do so. Very good follow-up gang coming out from Newbee's KP. Moving up to the Shrine, they'll lose 2. NP starting to slip a little bit here at the 23-minute mark.
That's a big couple of kills they just gave away. Like AUI, you know, you look at position 4 or 5 players a lot of the time, they're not usually like 4s, but most of the time when AUI gets handled
the duel, but he gets the Blade Fury off. Is this going to be enough? There's no damage getting pumped out, and Mugi's just going to back away. Now that a Pizza comes out, Mugi is on the hunt, one of his best heroes, and he secures yet another kill. Jumping in, KP was looking for a target to skewer, and he's still going as Triple C trying to find that stun. Blade Fury coming in, Kaka misses the hook shot as well, so couple of airs coming in from Newbee, but again, they do more than enough to get that tier 1 tower, and perhaps the tier 2. And all of a sudden, they're putting the pressure on NP. They had a very good start, but it's starting to dwindle here at this 24-minute mark.
It's kind of what we were talking about earlier. You know, you only get to make a handful of mistakes against this type of lineup, because just how much damage they do with the Empower. Like SWC and Mugi, yeah, they're just like chopping this tower down. They're going to even be forced to glyph.
The tower between the 2 of them is getting destroyed. They might just back though. Mugi still has Aegis, but I don't think they want to go any further. They want to be safe. And again, the Legion was back up, so. Alright, man. I mean, NP had a pretty solid advantage, a pretty solid foothold, and now that is gone. So.
The one thing is that in the open fights, like if you're fighting outside of the base, for example, as Newbee, you have really strong team fight. But going high ground is completely different. You're kind of reliant on getting the kills beforehand before you start hitting those towers. Because say for example, AUI is up when you're trying to push, and he's just like throwing impetus into you, and you have like this DK and a jug core. It doesn't feel good, right? So you kind of need that situation to unfold where you get these picks, and then you walk into a tower. Otherwise, yeah, breaching that high ground is going to be a nightmare.
That's not easy for sure. And the thing we haven't really seen either is like Envy's like. I don't want to complain about the Mirana pick because it's still very early on in this game, but it's a different build than perhaps we would normally see. It's the Dragonlance Maelstrom build, so kind of an old school build, if you will, into the BKB, but I don't think his presence has been felt yet. I mean, maybe Moonlight Shadow, but in terms of a straight-up fight, it's been really Fata and MSS, and even AUI 2000 a little bit, and that's about it.
I think the thing that surprises me most about the way that he's building it is that he didn't go X. It seems like that would be...
Fata, Frostbitten. The Orchid does not come out in time. Sonic Wave was about to go. Another big kill. Finding of these abilities from Newbee. Turning it on yet again, and they will find another drop on Fata, who had a great start, but has died continuously since about the last 5 minutes. Ooh, AUI. See you later. The cleave is so sick, too. And they're just going to push high ground to take this tier 3, I think. I mean, no Fata for 28. Jumping in, SCCC needs to be careful. Telekinesis, there's that arrow. Maybe in trouble, a little bit too far in. Cocker coming through with the cogs. They have no follow-up, not yet. Sonic Wave comes in. SCCC pops the BKB. He might turn this. Freezing Field will go. They get the duel off. They want Fata, and they will find him. Meanwhile, MSS is going to get dropped down. Faith is somehow alive. The Omni Slash from Moogie. It's 4 dead, and they're going to try to find the 5th. Pile Die getting dove. And they're going to head right for this tier 3 tower. No buybacks except for MB. And MB and Pile cannot do enough on their own against the full squad of Newbee. It has seemingly gotten out of control here, Draskell. And not only a full set of racks, but perhaps 2 as well.
This actually could just be GG, honestly. That fight was like so bad for MP. Like the healing ward during the duel, keeping him alive, and then the BKB being delivered to SCCC during the fight, whereas like one more stream would have been able to kill him at one point before he got healed back up. That actually could not have gone any worse, I think. Oh my. It was like... It was 2 pickoffs, right? And 2 very important heroes to kill. Like, no Enchantress for the high ground defense is a really big deal when you have this hero on your team, because you just lose out on so much damage. If the Enchantress is dead, he really is able to chunk down these super tanky cores like the Jug and SCCC on his DK.
Speed attack, RP onto 2, and here comes the cleave. Good duel. They've already lost Pile Die, though. The Breathe Fire, now MSS will fall as well. Envy is barely alive, and that is it. GG game number 3, taken handedly by Newbee. Oh, that was a set of everything there. That was completely unintentional.
Well done, Mott.
Oh, man. What a game. That's crazy. That was looking pretty good for him. Woo.
That seemed like one of those games where you're playing against a lineup that has a lot of damage output in team fights, like on Newbee's side. And NP, the way that they draft inherently requires a lot of coordination. Like, it is not easy to play split push Dota against good teams. So when you get picked off